Hey everyone, Beth from Tasty Yummies, and today we're making my Asian chicken lettuce cups. This has turned into a very favorite of ours for busy weeknights, and I'm super excited to share with you just how easy it is to make this one-pan meal. So we're going to start by prepping all of our veggies that go into this stir fry, and we're going to start by dicing our onion. I've already got everything else kind of prepped and ready to go, and we're just going to get a small dice on our onion. And the nice thing about this recipe is you can mix up whatever vegetables you have. Traditionally, most Asian chicken lettuce cups don't have a lot of color, so I introduce shredded carrots. These are multicolor, and some red bell pepper, just for extra crunch and color. I like adding shiitake mushrooms for some texture and color, and I love the earthy flavor. You can use any mushrooms you like, and we're just gonna do a really rough chop on the mushrooms. They don't have to be perfect, just a nice rough cut. And that's really it. Everything else is prepped, so we're gonna get started on cooking. So we're gonna start with a large pan over a medium heat, and we're gonna add our ghee. You can also use avocado oil or any other fat that you'd like. And we're just gonna let the fat kind of melt in the pan. So this dish was originally inspired by my friend Michelle from Nom Nom Paleo. She has this amazing pork pot sticker stir fry that I had the pleasure of enjoying at a recent workshop up north that she cooked for us. I became obsessed. I came home, I started cooking it pretty much every week, and it slowly kind of morphed into a dish of its own for us. Instead of pork, I use ground dark meat chicken. You can also use turkey or pork if you'd like, and then you can have fun mixing up the veggies. So once the ghee is kind of melted and the pan is hot, we're gonna add our onion. It's one small diced onion. We're gonna add our red bell pepper. So traditionally, Asian lettuce cups don't generally include red bell pepper. I just really love the color and the crunch, and I just feel like the traditional Asian lettuce cups that you see at most restaurants, they just kind of are tan and bland and don't look very appealing. So that's where the red bell pepper comes in. And then I also do a cup of shredded carrots. These happen to be multicolor because that's what my store had. So extra bonus points for color. Any carrots will work, and any veggies that you like will work in here. And we're just gonna kind of start stirring this around. And we're also going to add those roughly chopped mushrooms. And this is gonna get about 5 to 8 minutes. We want the onions to soften, the veggies to soften. And we're gonna lightly salt as it cooks with each layer of ingredients that we add. Kind of tasting as you go so that you don't oversalt. So next we're gonna add the minced garlic and the minced ginger. And these only get a couple of minutes, just till they're aromatic. We don't want to overcook the garlic. And you can really smell as the sort of aroma of each of these kind of get added to what we already have in there. It smells amazing. What I love about adding the carrots and the bell peppers to this is that it extends the quantity of servings. So rather than just some meat in a pan with a little onion, you can see how much bulk we have just from the veggies alone. So now we're gonna add in the ground chicken. We're just gonna get it right into the pan and then immediately start to break it up using your spoon or your spatula. So once you add the chicken to the pan, you're gonna increase your heat to a medium-high. Just get it mixed throughout. And then this is gonna get about 5 to 8 minutes until the chicken's no longer pink and it's totally cooked through. And while the chicken cooks, we're gonna make the sauce. So we're gonna go ahead and make the sauce for the stir fry as well as a quick dipping sauce for the lettuce cups when they're done. So we're gonna start with coconut aminos. You can also use gluten-free tamari, soy sauce. I just prefer the coconut aminos. The flavor is amazing. So for the stir fry, we're gonna go with a 1/4 cup. That right in there. And for the dipping sauce, we're gonna use 3 tablespoons of the coconut aminos. And there's a ton of flavor already in the stir fry, but there's just something special about taking those little lettuce cups and dipping them in. Next up, we're gonna add some rice vinegar. In the stir-fry sauce, it gets 2 teaspoons. And in the dipping sauce, 1 tablespoon. Kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone right now. The stir-fry sauce also gets a little bit of fish sauce. I like the kind of pungent umami flavor of the fish sauce. If you don't like fish sauce, leave it out, but I kind of recommend it. And I leave it out of the dipping sauce just because it's a little pungent and it's a bit much. From there, each one gets a little coconut sugar. You can also add honey, whatever you like to sweeten it. If you want to leave it out, you can, but I just find it's a nice little extra kind of flavor profile. So about a teaspoon in the stir-fry sauce and about a tablespoon in the dipping sauce. Last but not least, I like a little heat in my dipping sauce, so I add a pinch or 2 of red pepper flakes. Again, if you don't like heat, leave it out. You can also add sriracha. And that's it. We're just gonna give each of them a little bit of a whisk. And then we're gonna move back over to the stir fry to finish it up with our sauce and our last ingredients. So the last thing we're gonna do is add in that coconut aminos stir fry sauce that we made. Kind of let that cook down just a little. So I always recommend just giving it a taste to see if any of your seasonings need to be adjusted, if it needs more salt. I kind of nailed it. It's pretty perfect. So now that the stir-fry sauce is all mixed in, the last thing, I love the crunch of water chestnuts. This is about an 8-ounce can, roughly chopped. If that's not your jam, you can totally leave them out, but I think it's a really nice addition. And again, it kind of keeps that fresh crunch that we lose with those veggies getting cooked down. And then we're gonna give that a stir in, and that's it. We're gonna remove it from the heat and serve up our lettuce cups. So now we're just gonna serve them up. Super easy. I like butter lettuce because they make these beautiful, cute little natural cups. So we're just gonna grab a nice heaping spoonful. So these are little baby lettuce cups. These are really easy to find, this butter lettuce, but lately I've been able to find these thinly sliced jicama tortillas already ready to go. I get them at my Whole Foods, but you can also buy a whole jicama and mandolin slice it. These are so amazing, and this is kind of how we got started on this recipe, but I realize that not all of you are gonna be able to find them. But it kind of makes these cute little Asian chicken tacos. And they hold up really, really well, and they have an amazing crunch. So finish these however you like. Little scallion. I like black sesame seeds. They're super pretty and just a little extra color and crunch. And then last but not least, if you like heat, a little drizzle of sriracha or some red pepper flakes. And of course, a little sesame oil if that's your jam. To get the full recipe for my Asian chicken lettuce cups, head to tastyyummies.com now.